DBS Berserker Kale versus Kid Buu. Who do you think would win in this versus matchup? This versus matchup is quite literally one of the more interesting ones that I really wanted to touch up on, and that's exactly what I'm going to be doing in today's video. Through a series of categories, I'm going to be giving the edge to either Kale or Buu, Kid Buu, if they meet the requirements that I have for getting the edge in certain fights. Now, the categories are going to be short range attack, long range attack, durability, threat level, and special attack. These are going to determine which one, in my opinion, would win in this versus matchup. But as always, let me know in the comment section below who you believe would win in today's versus matchup, and please hit subscribe, like the video. Starting the channel over with versus matchup and basically starting from scratch, so every little bit helps. Thank you so much for everything, guys. Let's go ahead and jump in. So there is one glaring issue with being so specific as to which Kale I am using in this matchup, because I said Kid Buu, and Kid Buu in the anime and Kid Buu in the manga, essentially the same thing. Most of the scenes from the manga are reincorporated and recreated in the anime, so basically no harm, no foul. But the issue is that in the manga, this Kale operates entirely different than the other Kale, than the one that we get in Dragon Ball Super's anime. With that in mind, I'm going to be doing my best to try to figure out how much of the manga can I attribute to each of these categories to make it fair. First, we have short range attack, and the short range attack that I chose for Kale is going to be just her grappling. She is a tremendous grappler, grabbing opponents and flinging them around with absolute ease. She attacks every single member of the Pride Troopers. She attacks other contestants as she loses her mind. She really has no rhyme or reason and is really only brought back to Earth because of Caulifla. That's basically it, to the point where they can fuse together. As for Kid Buu, he has the exact same ability, the grappling or strangulation ability, similar to Piccolo, where he can rope around his arms, but with a lot more flexibility and dexterity. He can do that as well, using his limbs as noodles or attacking as basically a giant gumball. So these attacks are extremely effective, whether they're short range or long range. And I know I put them in short range attacks, but really this is the one that I feel like can be a mixture of both. And because it is, his fighting style is so unique, honestly I have to give the edge to him, because all Kale really is doing is grappling, while Kid Buu, he's got a lot more maneuverability and variability when it comes to all his close range attacks. Now, as for long range attacks, Kale doesn't have any. She's got no long range attacks at all in the manga. I went through every piece of that chapter, and there really is nothing that I could literally say, oh yeah, she's got a long range attack, you know, this is something that she did. No, there's nothing I can say, because there's really nothing. I mean, I already said she grapples a lot. The only one that I could see being a long range is probably this kick that she gives on Elaza and knocks him out, but that's just a kick. While Buu, Kid Buu, long range attack, he's got Kamehameha, and this is a super Kamehameha because it's what he's mimicked, and it is a very effective attack. And again, I have to give the edge on attacks to Kid Buu. And here we go with durability. And a lot of people are probably in the comments right now upset about the fact that I am just basically making Kale lose, but no, the facts are making her lose, because even with durability, the durability cannot be given to Kale, because she was getting her ass whooped by the Pride Troopers to the point where she actually got kicked out of the arena and saved by Kaba, while Kid Buu has basically pieced himself back together several times over. He's basically survived holes in his chest, missing limbs, and that's because of what he's made out of, the Buu material. I don't know what it is, but it is very durable, and I'd have to give him the durability as well. Now we get to threat level, and you may be wondering, well, BlackScape, the threat level you're going to be giving is going to go straight to Kid Buu, because Kid Buu was a threat to several planets and destroyed several planets in the solar systems in Universe 7, while Kale didn't really do much in her debut when it came to the manga. She didn't do much when it came to her Berserker transformation. Well, that is where you're wrong, dear watcher, because ultimately I have to give the threat level to Kale. I have to give her the edge because Kale, yeah, didn't do that much damage at all in the chapter that she was in, chapter 38, but she did attack every single person that was there, which means that if she was on a normal planet with people that cannot take a punch, she would be ripping through everyone and killing thousands before she probably destroyed the planet. But Kid Buu does the same thing, essentially. I mean, kind of cuts the chase and destroys the planet. So what gives Kale the edge in her threat level? Well, it is who she was fighting as opposed to, like, you know, her just destroying everything. Because Kid Buu, yes, he destroyed planets, but he really didn't find anyone that could fight him on an even playing field until he got to the Supreme Kai's planet, and there he didn't destroy it. He fought against Goku and Vegeta and lost. While Kale, she first attacks Golden Frieza, who is Super Saiyan Blue level, if not a little bit stronger than that at this point, and she dominates him completely humiliates Golden Frieza in this chapter. Now, she does attack other people, she does get overwhelmed, ultimately gets kicked off, but just the amount of damage she gave Frieza, honestly, to me, that bumps her threat level into the power level section, and she is far stronger power level wise than Kid Buu. Kid Buu is not as strong as Kale is in this moment, so I have to give the threat level edge to Kale. And when it comes to special attack is going to have to be something, because neither of them really have special attacks, but it's gonna have to be something that is only unique to either of them. And so that's the route that I went with this. Now, when it comes to something special about Kale, it's gonna be the exact same thing that was special about Broly. They have the exact same condition. Kale gets stronger the longer she fights and the more angry she gets. So that is a huge problem, and that is something that ultimately will buff up the other stats, making them stronger. I mean, she really doesn't have much stats to buff up, but she will just get physically stronger to the point where the grappling and the punching will be something that maybe Kid Buu cannot handle. But Kid Buu has one thing that other Boos have, and that has been shown that he has, and that's the reason that we even get the Buu arc, that will just take Kale right off the map, and that is Absorption. Kid Buu has Absorption. If Kid Buu believes that he will lose this fight, he will lose a fight, he will absorb Kale, making a new level of Kid Buu, a different type of Kid Buu, more likely a more unstable Kid Buu. And that is something that has happened in the past. Now, when he fought Goku and Vegeta, he was basically winning that fight. He was winning that fight ultimately, until Goku pulled out a Spirit Bomb, and Kid Buu didn't realize that that was going to be something that was going to kill him. Because I guarantee you, if Kid Buu was facing against Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Blue Vegeta, he would have tried to absorb either of them, because ultimately he would not be able to defeat them. So when it comes to the edge and Kid Buu actually being able to think clearly and come up with strategies and jokes and things like that, along with everything else that I just said, I would have to give the edge, and I think who would win this versus matchup would absolutely be Kid Buu versus Kale from the manga. But let me know what you guys think about this in the comments, and let me know who's next. You decide.